loss, and they'll bring it out to the 25. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
He was brought down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On the carry, it's Montgomery. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
First down.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. He'll drop to throw. Open man is Cantrell. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The pass.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
David Montgomery.
It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
First down, Bears.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. It worked very well there for a first down.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy. And that's what they're doing early in this game.
Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And he's finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 1st and goal from the 6. They'll run with Cook, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
At the Bears' 7-yard line.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to be upset about a missed opportunity.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
No score.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
They're on 20-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a first down. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Chicago.
to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
This is White on the screen. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It's now second.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, it's Cook. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Yard on the play. Brings up 3rd and 7.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
Remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Complete to Washington. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
On the play.
11 yards there. First down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
For Anthony Miller, incomplete.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. He'll field this at the 5. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The ball carrier.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play fake. Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man, Thielen is complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain of 37.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And a double team, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
This is James White, and he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
The tackle made.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's 2nd and 8. The man is to Matt, the tight end. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On the ground, it's Cook. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Vikings 14. Bears.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
The tackle
got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right.
And this will be caught by Mooney.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards that time. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score Vikings 14, Bears nothing.
Play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll buy some time right. And he finds Montgomery complete. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no action. actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's 2nd and 10.
Dumps this off over the middle, and he gets it down to the 32. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
But it's brought in by Washington. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 21. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11.
First down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That is caught inside the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Chicago.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Flush to his right. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And he's able to get this up just shy of the 15. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards. 1st down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a run with Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
14-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
The tackle made.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Cousins here to throw.
They're going for Jefferson down.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Vikings.
Justin Jefferson.
63 yards. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way 2-0 start, all smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a desperation throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. James Washington, 76 yards. And the Bears cut into that lead. And oh, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a line for weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort, at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Throwing here, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen, 51 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play.